Alrighty, so good evening, good morning, and good afternoon, wherever you're watching. This is Tech Talk with the Westside Button Mashers. We are down a few hosts, but I do have the co-host that showed up, of course. We got X the T Exit.
What's good?
Um,
Holla holla.
we got Schluddy.
The Snow Bunny Master.
And
Sure.
of course, yours truly, Thumper. We intended to have
We're
quad.
like 7 people, but no, they fucking didn't come through. They're not OG like us. They're not good.
Unfortunately, life happens. I understand. I don't expect everybody to go out of their way for the podcast, and again, things happen. But we want to give people uh the daily dose of the podcast, or I'm sorry, the weekly dose of podcasts, because I know some people look forward to it. Honestly, I look forward to it every week. So I do want to get started. I think Exit made a really good question earlier, and it was how did we first get into MK? And Exit, since you asked the question, why don't you go first?
Well, for in MK in general,
Just MK in general.
um,
Yes, sir.
yeah, dude, I'll never forget it. I first saw it at my cousin's house, and it's funny because my cousin's a straight up square. Like, still to this day, I consider him to be a straight up square. Like, this guy plays Animal Crossing, he plays The
Hey,
Sims.
hey, calm
That's about
down.
it. That
Calm
shit's
the fuck
tight. No,
down.
no, that shit's tight, but it's just like when you wear Hollister and those are the only games you play and you own a Switch, you're
Okay,
kind of a square. I'm sorry.
you got me
Anyways,
at the Hollister.
okay, all right. Anyways, so yeah, dude. So he had a Super Nintendo, right? And the
Mhm.
games he had was I forgot which Mario it was. The Mario Paint, that's a classic right there. And he also had Mortal Kombat 1. And
Oh wow.
you just look at the cartridges, right? You just hold them, and then it's just like, okay, I don't like Mario. I don't know how to paint, but I like watching people come up with shit. What is this dragon game? I thought it was about dragons. Like you get to be a dragon and fly around and torture people. I'm like, yeah, let's play that. And then, you see the menu of it, and just the vibe that it has, and then you pick characters. Obviously, your boy picked Scorpion, and like the rest was history. It's like
Right.
it was crazy. Like what you're seeing, it really was something special. I think everyone, whatever age you saw Mortal Kombat for the first time, you could definitely say that you've never seen something like it, and it was definitely very special. So that's pretty much how I got into Mortal Kombat, off
Oh
of
hell yeah.
yeah.
Interesting.
Slutty?
I didn't know what the fuck a Mortal Kombat was until X. I'm not even gonna lie. But yeah, one of my friends, his name's Keith. He had me get the game because he said, "Oh yeah, it's $10. I play this shit with my friend Mario, and I think you would like it." So I was like, "Okay, okay." So I went to my local GameStop where I heard about the tournament player cease, if you know what I'm saying. But but yeah,
Wow. Okay, proceed.
Proceed. This is getting good.
I picked that shit up. I came home, downloaded it on my little PlayStation 4, hopped on. I was like, "Oh yeah, look at all these cool characters. Hey, let's use this fire bitch." So I used the fire fucker. Then I used the Iceman, snow globe bitch. Then I use the stripper pole whore on MKX because I already know I got that XL edition, and now I'm here, Snow Bunny Master playing with Cole Young.
All
Now
right, that's
Thumper,
fair.
what got you in MK?
I think it's gonna sound pretty cliche. I know I
Oh
think I say
God.
that every single fucking podcast, but I've always been a Bruce Lee fan. Ever since I was a kid, I couldn't tell you how young I was when I first got into it. I know I was really young. I was obviously under like the age of 10, but my uncle, he had a Super Nintendo, and I just remember them playing Mortal Kombat 1, and I just remember Liu Kang, throwing fireball, and of course the flying kick, and of course it's before the bicycle kick and everything like that, and like it just like caught my eye. I was like, "Oh my gosh, like this is so cool." And then like you could see, Scorpion throwing his spear and then like Sub-Zero freezing people. Like I just was like I was at awe, you know what I mean? It was just it was very it consumed me almost like right then and there almost. And from then on, like that's what started me like wanting the game, I guess in a sense at a young age. And they were also like even after that, like they would, once they got like a PlayStation, they were like, they would play Tekken and like they started playing like MK3 and like the trilogy. And the trilogy, I'll tell you, like trilogy was probably like the best game ever that they put out besides MK9. Um, I think it was just such a like there was a lot of stuff going on in trilogy, but I think like all of it mashed together was just so like beautiful to me. It was just amazing, like the stage fatalities, like brutalities, like animalities, babalities, like you
I'm
name
pretty
it.
sure at that time it kind of seemed like too good to be true. It was like, what? They're putting
Exactly.
them all. What?
It's all there, bro. You know,
It's all there. Like,
it's
yeah,
all there. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. And then the cool thing was like I think what they need to what they need to bring back, excuse me, is like hidden things. Like I think even MK9 had hidden things. Like where like you had like a hidden fight, like noob popped out of nowhere in the background. Like MK9 had that. And of course like Trilogy. I mean, it even started since like MK1
yeah,
with Reptile, right? In the pit, the bottom of the
yeah,
pit where you'd fight him. I don't know if you guys remember that or at least
yeah.
Exit probably remembers that. But
Yeah, then like Ermac was actually in one. Like somebody like found like some secret in the cabins where yeah, Ermac was supposed to be in one as well. Like
well,
some shit like that.
it was like an error. I think it stood for like Aero
Yeah.
Macro, and they like it was like
Yeah.
a rumor that became true. And
Yeah.
see, like that was that was the beauty of MK was like the fans would kind of make rumors up, and you know they'd kind of speak it into existence was the thing,
Yeah, that's
which
true.
was a beautiful thing. It's kind of like, I mean, kind of like how memes are nowadays in a sense.
Really, they really are.
And
I don't know, that mystery. I think it's definitely long gone for MK. Because when I
yeah,
heard when the rumors with 11 was that I forgot who was like you're gonna be able to unlock Reptile somehow. Like there's a rumor going around like that. All this shit like you could unlock this character and that, and then it just no never happened. That was the
yeah,
base roster. All you could really get was Frost, and it is what it
Yeah, this
yeah.
game
is.
is pretty fucking shit.
Oh my
I mean, they
gosh.
did for like secret shit. They only had like the meteor event.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I
And then when
feel
you post
like
that shit on Twitter, it's just like it's not much of a secret.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Uh,
And like I really miss that mysterious like fact or that I don't even know if you'd call it like a fact like that mysterious like thing of MK. Oh, there's SJ that finally decided to join. Hi, SJ.
really, Jesus fucking Christ.
Hello, hello. My
SJ, we
bad. I
have a
was
question
out
for
of
you,
town.
man. No, actually, no, I don't care about that. SJ, we have a question for you, bud.
Go ahead.
What got you into the game that we know and love today, Mortal Kombat? Don't talk about that weeb shit, please.
MK. So just started in MKX. I was at my girl's house and this guy just beat my ass really bad, and that started a like 6 year journey for me to take this shit seriously. I was like, you know what? Shut the fuck up. That same night I went to Walmart, bought that shit, started grinding. I met him up like 2 years later, beat his ass. I feel good now.
Wow.
The origin story
Yeah,
behind
That's
it,
like a
that's
man.
straight
started.
origin story.
wow, that's
You know,
pretty
the
dark.
funny thing is we told you to stay off the weeb shit, and you made a weeb shit out of your origin story of
Yeah, you're
MK.
like a
That's
little
beautiful.
anime character now.
It is beautiful, honestly.
I actually accept that little origin story. That
I
you
do
just-
too. I really do too.
That was
That's not, I'm not
beautiful.
even like trying to make funny
Instead
or
of
anything.
Boruto or whatever the fuck it is, you're Burrito. There you go. You're Burrito.
You did not just say that. God damn.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Do
Actually,
something.
you need to stop breathing right now. So, yeah, the podcast is done. I'm sorry to the chat, Bus,
Oh my
Ray,
gosh.
but we're gonna stop it right now just because of that stupid shit Exit decided to say.
And then yeah, I like that's so funny that like you actually got into the scene or MK like competitively because you actually wanted to get better. Like a lot of us, well, I mean, even Schluddy entered it through MKX, but like what Exit and myself, we were like MK1, like boom, like we're right away just hooked. And like, were you
Um,
guys ever like hooked onto the story by any chance? You and Schluddy?
No,
I don't think so. I
I
mean,
I didn't
everybody
care.
knows Scorpion and Sub-Zero and like Liu Kang and Raiden,
Mm,
but I don't think I paid too much attention. Just like MK9, I think that was the best story so far.
right.
But from there on, not really.
I
Oh,
just got
okay.
it to fight. I just wanted to fight people. I don't care much about offline games other than like Dark Souls, because that story was decent. Fighting bosses and shit.
And Exit, I guess I just assumed that you liked the story, but do you really like the story, or you really don't care much
No,
for
I
it?
don't. I can care. I honestly can give two shits about the MK story.
Really, even
I
in
don't
the
know.
prior?
I just never really cared for it, to be honest. Like, if I want to watch a good story, I'll watch The Wire or The Sopranos or, I don't know, something. I don't know, that's just not about martial arts. I watch the UFC. I don't know. It's just, I never got
Of
into
course you
it,
do.
honestly.
Right.
But the Machinima, when Machinima did Mortal Kombat, like their little web series, I thought that shit was tight. I thought that was pretty cool. The movie obviously was good, but just like as video game wise, like I played the story for 9. I didn't really care for it.
Hmm.
Yeah, but it wasn't bad. There's no way you could say that story's bad. Like, I think they did it really, really well. But it's just like it's whatever to me. X never really played it, and then I was literally playing 11 like the other day for the first time ever. The story,
I remember they did that live.
it was so bad. It was just like it doesn't feel like Mortal Kombat to me. I don't know, but that's just me. Yeah, I didn't like it.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Um, I guess the next question we can move forward to is a favorite MK Lem memory, or yeah, memory or highlight maybe. Um, for me, I'll start this one off. For me, honestly, I think if I was to go tournament wise, I would like to say the Wii play with Sonic Fox and Tekken Master. Ah, that's a hard one. I also want to say Ninja Killa and Sonic Fox, but the most recent one I just want to say because it sticks out to me because it's in the middle of a pandemic, and it's in another country, and honestly, I don't think I had ever seen a grand finals that like actually had people that like weren't there physically like hyped. Like I was hyped, you know. Like I think I was even at work like just anticipating like the actual main event, or the I'm sorry, the grand finals. Um and I was just looking forward to these guys going at it again for another grand finals from what was it, Evo I think in MKX. And Tekken Master had looked really good, and I think it was the prior tournament, Dragon Temple or whatever. And just the way he plays is just so crazy. Like, I don't see a lot of people play like Tekken Master at all. I know a lot of people were bagging on him, calling the jumping master and stuff like that. It was pretty funny. But, I think he's a very smart player. Sonic Fox is a very sound player himself. I mean, the guys, I'm sorry, they are pretty much the GOAT in the FGC, I think, just in in pretty much every aspect. But I think that I'll finish off with that if anybody else wants to go next on their favorite MK Lem memory.
It's whoever you want to go, dude. You're the fucking host.
Oh yes, so Schluddy.
Oh, my favorite NK11 moment? Gosh,
Yes.
I'd love to tell you that, man. My favorite moment of this shitty game is I think you know it very well. You were there for it, Thumper Exit. I think you were there too. You remember that time you were streaming, Thumper? It's a video on your channel. Yeah, I think you know where I'm going with this now, but
Yeah, I think I know where you're going.
yeah, that time I had to tell the tournament to hold that in the corner.
That was the
That
He
was
was
best.
good.
not.
That was
That
the
was the
best. Yeah.
greatest fucking time of my life.
I would recommend y'all checking that out.
Yeah, that was the
It's on,
funniest shit.
I
And
do have that
that's what
video on my channel, by the way.
that's what sprouted the greatest saying of MK history. Hold that. Um,
Yes.
if anybody hasn't seen it, it just goes a little bit like dot dot dot. Hold that pussy. Like that.
yeah.
Just letting
It's
you guys
good.
know, Shleddy is looking to trademark the word pussy and the way he says it. So
Pussy.
be careful. His lawyers will be talking to you soon.
In fact, I have Sid. He has money.
There
You're
you
not gonna
go.
go. You're not going to go in court against
You
that
got
shit.
that teriyaki money, if you know what I mean.
um, SJ, do you want to talk about your favorite KLM memory?
Um, there's this one memory that always stands out. I think it was against Youtumber, and I think the buzz was also there.
Oh wow. Okay.
I rage quitted because Fujin missed his fatal blow. It's not even anything special, but
Oh, I do remember
I just
that.
got tilted so bad. I was like, fuck this shit. I went out. I turned that shit off. I don't know if you remember, but
I do remember. I think I remember it was against the Baraka with the spikes and the
like the first hit actually landed, the second one just whiffed, and I lost my shit. Well, I think it goes backwards, but I don't know. Fuck that. I quit it.
wow. I guess memories can either be positive or negative, which is um Exit, did you want to talk about your favorite MKLM moment?
I think for me, I think it was probably seeing my Rambo video hit 1 million. Like that video in
Hell yeah.
general, honestly. Like I that's something I've always wanted to do, is get a video that has 1 million views. And like no, I kind of started the whole Rambo Claymore phenomenon. I started seeing a lot
Claymore
of other
City,
people
baby.
use that, and I just thought it was cool that I made it like a little ripple effect in the community, and that shit got 1 million views. You know what I mean? But yeah, definitely that. And then if not, also one honorable mention is seeing Tom Brady play against Mufasa. Like for a long time, Tom Brady didn't play MK11, and he did like the most hype set I've ever seen in my life against Mufasa, and like it was like Baraka versus Sub-Zero, and just like I don't know, just seeing Brady play is just it's so interesting, just how defensive he is with Sub-Zero. Like he plays defensively with using Sub-Zero. It's just really interesting. And I
He's
thought it was
such a
pretty
mixed
tight.
character in this game.
Yeah, he's just like running away and setting up a ghetto little igloo. It's like, damn.
I mean, if
But
I was
yeah.
to talk about like not tournament, not like actual like just like maybe um favorite memory, uh maybe like streaming or like playing with you guys, I think, the costs, chopping it up, of course, are definitely my favorite. Um Probably just honestly, I really do get a kick out of like posting the videos like when we're actually legitimately having fun
Yeah.
and not just I don't know, like I know this game can kind of drive you crazy. It drives me crazy at times.
No, yeah, they're nice to go back and watch from time to time, you know?
Yeah,
I was watching the one with Slutty where he just kept doing ground pound on hit. It was so funny. I don't know if y'all remember,
I
but
remember that.
yeah, that thing is gold.
That's because I'm
I
the
think
goat.
there's just too many good Sid moments. Like
Oh,
yes.
whether it is
Stomper, that
he's
Sid
eating
video
shit
where he
or
just
he's like
screams,
whooping our asses.
"Oh, I love it."
When he screams like Tom
Yeah,
and Jerry.
yeah, I had that shit saved. I downloaded that video.
Yes, shout out to Ray the Ray that actually posted that video. That I mean, if you guys
Oh, dude,
haven't
that's
seen that
so
video,
funny.
it's gold. I
Let
think
me
Ray the Ray
find
is
it. Let me
actually in the
find it.
chat right now. But
Yeah, he is.
yeah,
That's my
oh yes,
son.
he is. That
That's my
oh my
fucking
gosh,
son right there.
it's the best. Um, so what happens is drops a combo. He drops the opti for Baraka, and he just yells like just exactly like Tom and Jerry. It was just it was amazing. It's just so funny. Um, but yeah, that's probably honestly a lot of Sid moments are probably my favorite Slutty moments are probably my favorite too.
Oh, found it.
Wait, link that shit in
I
chat.
was gonna say if you're able to link it into the chat, that'd be awesome.
Oh, dude, that shit's gold.
Thumper, I think you should look at your chat. Somebody has a question.
Um, hey Slutty, I have a question. Why do you like snow bunnies? Wait, you said that
it's
yourself.
It's actually, I don't think that's me. I didn't send that. That's probably like my somebody. I don't know.
Is that a burner
Probably a
account?
fan.
Okay.
Yeah, probably a fan. Well, it's great that you would ask that question because ever since
He's
is
a
here.
minor.
Yeah, just letting you know.
Actually,
He's
you're
a
Yeah.
cock block.
minus.
I'm Mexican, I'm okay.
fucking.
He stands taller than the bar. It's legal
Well,
there.
I'm black, so that means I'm genetically better than you. So
Technically, you're not black. Technically,
You're half.
technically you don't like soccer.
All right,
you
fellas,
piece
let's
of
not get
shit.
off
If this
topic.
was the movie Get
We're gonna
Out, they
do a
would not
fight
want
right
you,
now?
slutty. I'm
Look,
sorry,
slutty.
they would not want you.
Yeah, because I tell
They
you
would
this
not
shit.
fucking want you.
I
You
say
Does
we
anybody
should
else
do
have
that shit.
any favorite moments that they want to share? Maybe before I move on to the next thing.
Favorite moments? When I hit 50 subs. Not subs,
Oh,
followers on
Exit
my
being
Twitch.
extremely biased against me.
Oh yes. Oh
Exit calling
hell
him
yeah.
a weeb?
Think about it, dude. Think about it. Like Thumber, like take this out. Put yourself in my position.
Mm-hmm.
You have a bunch of people in your community, right? They just come on and they say, "Hey, let's play." Then you have fucking SJ just destroying everybody. Like it's just like, okay, bro, you got your ass whooped. Next, and you get your ass whooped, and then he goes beats the shit out of everybody like 5 times, and it just has to keep happening. What do you do in that situation? Do you keep saying, "Oh my God, SJ is playing so flawlessly"? You have to shit talk him. You have
Yeah,
to. And so when he loses, if he does, which he doesn't, it's gonna be great. And then just I don't know. That's my thing about it. That's honestly SJ is what started the non-biased commentary. So,
You
shout
know
out
what?
to
I think
SJ.
you're right. I was there because
Yeah,
It
I
was
used
like
to call Thumper
one of-
that. Yeah.
yeah, it was like one of the one of the third big streams that you did, and I finally got on there and like SJ was like
Destroying everybody.
just destroying through everybody, and I was like, what the hell? Like, who is this dude? And then I think the only one that was able to stop him was maybe like TK Reactions at the time.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
once.
what
Never
the-
saw that guy
yeah,
again.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
never saw that guy ever again. He's just been another
Dinkelberg.
oh yeah, Dinkelberg, but yeah, he's never been around ever since. It's crazy. He had a crazy ass rating. But
Yeah, that was a really good set between y'all two. But yeah, dude, it was fun. Yeah, that shit was just fun. And then when he would pick Raiden, I would actually be on SJ's side.
Yeah, 'cause fuck
SJ
Raiden.
would pick. Yeah, 'cause fuck Raiden. Honestly, fuck that character. And yeah, dude, it's just like I don't know. Like it was just like he just gave me an idea. So like you know what, I could do this. I could just shit talk whoever and get away with it. Like you know, what's the worst that could happen? You know.
right, hell yeah. I did want to go into the chat real quick before we go on to the next thing. I think I was reading this and I thought it was really cool. Blood Mage, he said, "Epic because you and Exit Hunt has made me want to take a break from Street Fighter 5 to play MK Lem," which is funny because a lot of people are like, "Oh, Street Fighter 5." Like it's crazy because a lot of people have been on that game since like it came out, and
Yeah, that shit is sold.
they are still on it. I don't know how you guys are on that shit. Like, to be quite honest with you, like I think it's boring. And I like Street Fighter. I really do. But I'd rather play Street Fighter 4 than any other Street Fighter game.
The thing about Street Fighter is that it has a lot of lore to it. Not like story-wise, but like competitively. Like watching
Yes.
little documentaries on like Street Fighter is really, really interesting, and it has like a lot of like interesting players, you know.
Hmm.
But like the game itself is just like the netcode I hear is shit. And it just I don't know. I really can't say, but other than that, it is fun to watch people play it. But playing it, that shit seems like a chore. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, exactly. It kind of is from I guess my perspective at least. I don't know about anybody else's perspective on playing Street Fighter. I did like Street Fighter, or I'm sorry, what is it, Capcom versus Marvel? Like those games were fun. They were
Yeah.
truly fun. And then Mage also said his favorite moment was personally when he was watching an exit video of the when the commentators didn't even care about the match. I can't think of that off top, but it does
No, that was
sound.
the one. That was the one where
That was one of my
SJ
matches.
versus
Yeah.
Lev. It was SJ versus Lev, and then SJ put Lev in the corner, and it was like, "We are in the corner. Sid, where the fuck we at?" And then Sid started stuttering, like, "You missed your fucking cue, Sid. You
Oh,
missed your fucking cue."
yes, I do remember now. Yes, okay, okay. He
I was
goes,
like,
oh,
oh no,
I couldn't think
yes.
about it on the spot.
Doing the sit thing, yes, I do remember that.
Is this
he
a
was like,
super stream?
And then you gave Sid so much shit about
I
it.
gave him all
He
this
deserved
shit.
that shit, dude.
Oh my god.
Ray
So
has a
funny.
question in the chat.
Oh my god, we're talking about that one.
Oh my gosh. All right, all right. Well, we might as well address it now.
That
And
shit here, might as well.
yes, this is the
Wait, what's
best
the question?
person. The question was if the female cast of MK Lem had to cosplay an anime girl, which anime girl and
I
why?
see, makes sense. I mean, Jackie's ugly as shit.
Oh my god.
Jackie's ugly as shit. Oh, okay, just proceed, please.
Yeah, it's fucking useless. I think Cassie can pull it off, and Scarlet, even Kitana.
Dude,
fuck,
Scarlet bad as
Denzel.
fuck.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Um, let me think.
Dude, honestly, I think Melina could do a good Baraka cosplay.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
for real.
Brock is not an anime girl.
Yes, he is.
He kind of is. If you really think about it.
Yeah, I think he's kind of correct.
Think about it. He's really clumsy. He's really stupid. If you just put a maid outfit on him, he's an anime girl. Am I lying? Am I
And he's hard to
capping?
understand.
No. Yeah. It's just, I'm wearing the glove. Yeah, kaweeboo.
If I had to pick, I would say, maybe Kitana as like Chun-Li or something like that. I mean, I know that's
can
not
see it.
exactly an anime, but Street Fighter's been
Yeah.
made as like an anime before, so I mean, does that
I could
count?
see it. I could definitely see it, yeah. It counts now. It counts
Okay,
now. Why?
okay.
Because I said so.
Fuck. I'm
Fair
trying
enough.
to think. Shit, I'm really trying to think about this one.
You guys have
Ooh.
exit.
I think Scarlet could be the chick from Ghost in Shell, or that one chick from Black
Oh,
Lagoon.
that's a good one.
That'd be pretty. I don't know. That'd be nice to see.
Ooh, I think Cetron could cosplay as a tree somewhere.
Just a background tree at a park.
Background tree.
That's funny.
She's a useless vessel. Oh my god.
This vegetable, what the fuck?
Schluddy, did you want to go on that?
Okay, next question.
What?
You didn't want to go on which MK character?
Hey, whoever
said
said
like
Devorah's
5
bad as
of 'em.
fuck, I agree
Did you?
with you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Scarlet.
I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah,
No, I'm just kidding.
Devora bad as fuck
Deborah,
too.
she
That
could be like a Yu-Gi-Oh creature. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she's a Pokemon.
Yeah, she'd be like a moth or something.
Okay, so the next question is thoughts on the MK community.
They're full of shit. Um,
Elaborate.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
SJ.
so, like-
Okay, go ahead.
yeah. So
Yeah.
like, let's go ahead. I think it's really good compared to other communities like Nail to Blood and shit. I think it's one of the biggest communities overall right now. Like, you go to Twitch, that shit is mad active. I think still it's like the top 1, top 2 fighting game.
Hmm.
And it's been like that for like the last 2 years. Tournaments are hosted like every fucking week. The community, like, they communicate in, even if it's bad terms or good terms. The only bad thing is like 95% are casuals, which is it's not bad. But when
Right.
it comes to like serious topics, they're just full of shit. Which is, I think it happens with almost every game, and especially with Mortal Kombat that a lot of casual players play because it's really well known for being an old game, the movie and shit.
Hmm.
So yeah, I think it has the good parts and bad parts overall.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Shuddy, did you want to comment on that?
Permission to talk shit about MK YouTubers?
Yes.
Yeah, go
All
ahead.
right, thank you.
Freedom of
All
speech.
right.
This is America, so
Yeah, no, right? No, you don't live in
just
America.
don't say anything
Uh,
that's that could get
out
me
of
Damages.
kicked
line.
or anything like that.
That's out of character. All right. Yeah. This community is shit. Other than like people like Vape Coach, Slayer, they're actually out there doing like money matches for the community and shit. Anything else like these shitty ass MK YouTubers? Exit. But
Exit, yeah. I'm not gonna
man,
join them. 1 month later, he's plopping like 15,000 views from a 5 short clip. Like,
actually, Exit's one of the better ones. He's not like a true underdog gaming. Huh. He's
Oh
the
my
fucking
gosh.
worst. He's the worst YouTuber. I don't fucking care. Sue me. Fucking sue me. That dude is shit. And as always, I love you. Like, what is this?
no
He's
That's
comment,
so
no comment.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know, people like me, Thumper, we're carrying the MK community on our backs. We're tired. We need somebody to step the fuck up. And yeah, man. As always, we're gonna just I don't fucking know. I'm not a fucking host. Yo,
Exit. Did you want
Thumper.
to comment on there?
Wait, what? Me talking?
Yeah. Thoughts on the MK community.
Well, all right. Honestly, like I got to see the good side of the community when I first started my channel. Honestly, like think about it, I met a lot of you bastards on there. Like when I first started my channel, and then I really wasn't that in touch with the competitive scene like that. And you got to give it to them. Like they're honestly probably the best thing right now about the MK community. Like just they're hosting tournaments every single day. You know,
They're
like the
holding the
play is
game
there.
together. I swear.
Yeah, they're really doing it. Like right now, the content creators for like MK11, they fucking suck. I'm gonna be honest with you, myself included. It's just the same shit over and over. It's just like nobody's really doing anything like to really, do something different. True
Hmm.
Underdog's making videos every day that have the word the most in it. He can't think of anything creative other than the most and living off the past and shit. You know what I mean?
Try to tell you he was shit.
Guides are a dying thing. Nobody's really watching guides anymore. Um, like it's really difficult to come up with unique Mortal Kombat videos when they're not really updating it. Like you can only talk about so much, without like not coming off as a hater. Like, what am I gonna make a video on? Oh, why is Sub-Zero so hated? Why do people hate the female ninjas? You can only come up with so many of those type of videos, and what's really right now getting a lot of views are shorts. Um,
Right.
and in my opinion, I think shorts right now are extremely stale, and like that's kind of reason why I kind of like haven't posted a short in like 2 to 3 weeks. It's just like I don't know. That probably I'm salty because I got kicked from the algorithm, but I don't know. Like
It's still
other
there.
than a few, like I think Koi's and I Thumpers is probably the only short channel I watch like that.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
And then Koi's, that's really about it. Honestly, it's just like I watch all these other shorts and I just get mad. I'll be honest. I'm like serious. Like I
It's
feel like
like one-sided
I've been
storytelling.
becoming
Yeah.
a hateful person because of this shit that I see. It's just like people are going viral for free and not really doing anything impactful. You know what I mean? And
Right.
that shit pisses me off. Like there's not a memorable short out there. There's none. Like there's none that's like we can remember and like call it this. Like it doesn't exist. You know what I mean? And that's just where shit's at right now. It's rough. It really is rough, but no one's really doing anything. It's just the same old shit, and it is what it is. So that's my piece on that.
Um, I understand where you're coming from, and I guess I'll just give my piece in general. Uh, I think the MK community, you know, it does have its moments where it can be a little toxic. I think unfortunately in the FGC as a whole, the MK community is looked at as a very toxic community. Because I feel that there's a lot of, and I think it's in the FGC. alone, and probably, I think even the U.S. has been called out itself as clout chasers,
Yeah, I
and
agree. That's
and
definitely
I
a thing.
I do agree. I do agree to that. Um, but do I feel that there's some people that are genuinely like good in the community that I've met? Definitely. Like Exit. I feel like Exit's a very good person I've met in the community. Like I think I just literally like hit him up on Twitter um for games, and he was about it, which I thought was crazy because I was like, oh my gosh, a YouTuber that's down to play
Hmm.
games, not only just play games, but I actually like chop it up. I think we were literally like, the first thing was like I think we talked about like music. You know what I mean? We both were into metal.
Yeah.
We talked about Slayer. We talked about concerts we've been to. I've met a good handful of people that I can say that I can genuinely call friends. Of course, everybody pretty much in the West Side Button Mashers, including, these gentlemen that are here like Slutty and SJ. I mean, we literally talk almost every single day, in the group chat. Um,
Yeah,
I
pretty
think
much
we do
every
a
day,
pretty good
honestly.
job.
Yeah.
I think we do a really good job of picking each other up when things are down, whether it's gaming, personal lives, like things like that have been very positive. And also like people like when I want to talk about content creators, as well, like people like Vape Coach. I think he's a very good example in the community. Honestly, he puts out very quality production. He puts out I honestly say he puts out a really good vibe to people. A lot of people do want to be a part of his productions or his events because he just gives a really good energy. Um, and I don't want to. I'm promise I'm not gonna end on a negative note. But like I said, back to the clout chasers. Um, and you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna call out names. And I had brought this up because I know a guy named Diff, which is a YouTuber.
I'm all ears.
Um,
I'm all ears.
Hey,
and
Thumper,
Wait,
what?
is
real
the
quick.
Scorpion dude?
One,
Yeah.
everybody shut the fuck up. I just DM'd Vape Coach and he said he joined.
Oh,
You what? He said he would join?
Yeah, he said he joined.
Oh wow, all right. But let me just I just want to get this off my
yeah.
chest. And
Finish up. Yeah, yeah.
it just bugs me because a person like Diff, I thought he was really cool. Like I thought I never really commented on his stuff, but like I thought like the stuff he did on his YouTube shorts or whatever were really cool. Like don't get me wrong, like a lot of stuff that you see, like okay, like Shinless, like he's cool, but you don't know if he's really cool. A guy like Shinless is fucking. I think he's a solid person. I think he's really cool. But a guy like Diff, um, to call out Exit and to compare him to like somebody like Combo God, like saying he's toxic like Combo God, and there he is like commenting on Combo God like, oh, YouTube creators, cough, this and that. Like, bro, like I think that's two-faced. I mean, if you got something to say, you can say something to me as well. I honestly didn't want to go down this road, but you know what? Life's short, and fuck it. If we want to squash it, we can squash it. But I need to get that aired out now. Because I'm not in this shit for fake shit. You know what I mean? Straight up. So I'm sorry for doing that, but if anybody else wants to go, please go ahead and follow up.
Um. Yeah. All right. So like
That was a
that
lot
is the
mouthful. I'm
thing
sorry.
too. That definitely was the vape coach.
The vape
The
coach. Oh my
vape
gosh.
coach.
Hey,
Yeah. Let's
everybody.
let's forget about that. Now we're on the
Hey,
vape
how's it
coach.
going, vape coach? Nice of you
Going
to
pretty
join
good,
us.
man. Hey, nice. What channel are you guys on, by the way? I'll come through right now.
Yes. Actually, we're on my YouTube channel. It's just Thumper42.
Number 42.
Yes, sir.
West, from the West Side Button Mashers.
West
Yes,
Side Button
sir.
Mashers, yes sir. Everybody, welcome, Vape Coach. We actually were not expecting you to come through. We're
Yeah.
expecting you to come through like
Usually
maybe next
people
week, but
say they do, and then they'll come next
I'm
week.
here right
But,
now. That's all you need, right?
yeah.
yes sir.
So what's going on with you guys, man? What do you guys want to talk about today? Is this
So who else
is this
has
some
any
kind
hot
of
take right now? I mean, Thumper finished up with this.
Yeah, well, we're right now we're actually talking about the MK community. Pretty much
Sure.
thoughts on the MK community, and we would like to get your take on the MK community, whether it's negative, positive, or both. You know.
Yeah, give me 1 second.
Yes, sir. We'll give Vape Coach a second here. Oh my gosh, I am so glad to have him on here, actually. And he actually hit us up on Twitter, which I was like, "What? Vape Coach actually wants to be on the podcast?" I'm
I
honestly
keep
really excited
forgetting
right now.
they use
He's the
Twitter.
goat.
Vape Coach is the goat, honestly.
Thumper, you over here showing my matches on your stream?
I am.
I just realized
I'm
that.
showing. I'm showing. You know, all the everybody's
As you
matches.
should, yeah, because Blood is free.
Do you want $1,000 money match right now, fool?
I don't think you have the money.
No,
Hey
don't.
guys, I'm
But you
back.
know,
Sorry about that.
Oh no, you're
man.
good. You're
Yeah,
good.
dude.
Sorry about
Um,
that, guys. Just literally, my day is just my weekend is just everything is just so busy. But happy to make time for you guys and stuff like that. Can you retell me the question?
Oh yes, sir. Yes. So we just wanted to know what are your thoughts on the MK community, whether, of course, positive, negative, both. Like what maybe things you've gone through. What would you like to touch base on in the
So
MK
let me
community?
give you guys my perspective of this community, and
Yeah.
this is kind of what I'm leaning towards. All right, this community, I absolutely love this community. All right, there is a lot of toxicity in it. I have to keep it a hundred with everything that's going on.
Oh yeah, please
Okay?
do.
There is a lot of toxicity in this community, but there's a lot of good stuff in this community. And my channel is basically, and not to self plug here, but it's based off of just
Please.
literally having a good
Plug
time.
away.
Yeah, but it's basically just about having a good time, bullshitting, cracking jokes, and literally just not taking this game too seriously. Obviously, we have a lot of sweaty matches and stuff like that, but there is no room for toxicity here. I know some content creators build their channels off toxicity, like, oh yeah, whoever teabags the most or whoever fatalities the most, switch characters, whatever it is. I'm not like that. I'm like, at the end of the day, because I'm a wrestling coach, I'm used to kids fighting, and at the end of the day, you guys are gonna hug it out and have a good time. I pretty much carry that philosophy into the community as well, as whereas we're gonna laugh, we're gonna cry, and at the end of the day, we're gonna shake hands and have a good day. Because there's no room for any of that, in my opinion. So it just depends where you go looking. If you go looking for toxicity in this community, you will most certainly find it.
Oh,
If you go
yes.
looking for good people to hang out with, you will find a lot more of them. So I would say it's a good 70-30 split. 70% of this community wants to chill, have fun, vibe, and play games. There are 30% that want to ruin it for the rest of us. It is up to us to not allow that to come into our events or play those kind of people. Because at the end of the day, man, this is a video game. We're trying to have fun here. And if we meet some friends along the way, which I'm sure we all have, then let's keep it like that. And that's it. Put an answer, but that's basically how my answer to your question.
Right. No, I love it, and I
I
agree.
think that's a valid point. Yeah.
Yeah, very valid. I agree with that 100%.
I don't know
Honestly.
if it's just me, but when it comes to FGC games, like the community overall, fighting games, even if you're toxic, that shit feels mad personal. I don't know if it's just me.
Well, let me explain something to you. We're in a video game. We're in one of the only few video games that allows you to do something to your opponent after you've already won.
Yes.
when
That's the best
Yeah.
part.
When you
Imagine
when you
if
unlock
COD
that
gave you
possibility,
15 minutes to like
Yeah.
teabag your opponent.
but it gives you free creative royalty. Not to anyway, it gives you free artistic expression to do whatever you want to your opponent after that, because they are basically powerless to stop you when it says finish him. That's where the toxicity comes out. I fully believe this is in every game. It's just we have one of the only games that allows you to basically split your opponent's head open with a
Yeah,
giant
it feels
spike
more personal.
in
That's
one
what
of
I'm
them.
saying. Cause like Call of
Exactly.
Duty, you just like what teabag after you kill them. That's it.
Yeah, and then
You
they
see it for 5
respawn.
seconds, but an MK you hold that shit for 20 seconds in fatality. The next
And then they
Yes.
can
you
just
have to hold
and then
it.
they can just leave. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But this goes back to internet warriors, and how many people, if you were sitting right next to them, would do that exact same stuff? Whether you're a tough guy or not, I think that people would have the common decency to at least shake your hand and say, "Hey, man, good. At least thank you for at least showing up."
Right. Yeah,
compared
GG's.
to-
Have a good day.
Yeah, compared to teabagging, fatalitying, whatever you want. And mercies are toxic too, man. If somebody's whooping their ass in a mercy,
Yeah.
I feel
Mercy,
hell.
do
I
that
feel
shit.
I
That
feel
shit's
mad.
hella funny. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's kind of how I feel about the certain situation.
Yeah, I feel that. I think if you're actually in a competitive setting and somebody immerses you, you're like, all right, son of a bitch. Like, you have the nerve to do that, you know? But, like, if it's friendlies, like, oh, it's like, we tell each other, oh, pussy, you didn't mercy. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Oh, bro, don't get me wrong. I know I'm like really nice on stream, but dude, I say the worst things in the world to my friends, and it couldn't
slutty.
be. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, dude,
Slurry
I
has
can't.
no filter.
Yeah, dude, like I can't tell you how like it's funny too because like my wrestlers who I absolutely love, their parents will come up to me and be like, "Oh, Adrian, he just wants you to know that we want you to know that he loves you and he thinks that you're a great role model." Meanwhile, I mean, I told him the other day I was gonna skid him. I told him the other day I was gonna throw him through the wall if he didn't get this move right. And I was gonna skid him alive in front of his girlfriend if he was ever late to practice. But it's like the meanest shit in the world I will say to people I care about the most. But it's all love. It's not like real. It's just me basically being a goofball. And I think we can
Right.
all relate to that in this scene. And yeah, it's the people that you're not really sure about that. For me, I just don't even talk to them. In my opinion, that's what I think
That's
should
fair.
happen.
That's fair.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think that's really fair. I before you came on here, I actually had a little rant because I had somebody that was talking shit to exit, and I just was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm just gonna do it. I wasn't gonna do it in the first place, but I just went off, and it is what it is. I think people just really need to, you know, say what they need to say and stop, clout chasing.
Hmm.
And I think and just whether they settle it behind the scenes, like, all right, bro, like, I didn't mean that. Like, I was just like, blah 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 blah. Whatever your reasoning is, or like, hey, this is just the way I am. If you don't like it, then go fuck yourself. I guess in a sense,
That's
just
very
be real
true.
about the way you are. You know what I mean? I
I
that's
think I
what.
think I think honesty is absolutely crucial, and that's the position I've painted myself in. And I think where some content creators, and don't get me wrong, I'm still a goldfish in the scene. It is what it is. But I think some content creators they like to paint themselves in this hole where it's like, hey, I'm still a good player. This isn't that. Don't make me step in there. I'll tell you, don't make me step in there because you legitimately do not want to see my gameplay. I'll keep it 100 with you. I'm not very good at this game. I'm okay. Um, I'm nowhere near the top, but that's not a goal of mine right now. And
Right.
so for somebody to come in and say, "Oh, vape coach, I would fucking smack you around," yeah, you probably would. I don't care. It doesn't affect me at all
You're not
because
hurting my
I like.
feelings, right?
Yeah, yeah, it's like cool, man. But if you want to join my series, then I don't know. This is a horrible way to go about it. I don't reward people. I don't reward. And obviously, my series isn't the pinnacle of Mortal Kombat, but it's just a fun thing to do. But I don't reward people who come in being toxic with, "Oh, I'm going to make you play this person that way you lose." No, you're just not going to play at all. I'm not going to reward you for
Being a
bad
prick.
behavior and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah.
What am I going to tell? What am I going to? It's like me telling one of my wrestlers, "Hey, since you've been a dickhead, I'm going to make you go against the number one guy we have." No, you're going home. I don't know what else to tell you, man. But that's just kind of how my
That makes
mindset
sense.
works.
Yeah.
And yeah, yeah. So that's just kind of where I come from, and um, but just showing love to all these players, man, is extremely important in my opinion. Just because I know you guys, I don't think you guys have like a series or anything going. I know you guys stream sometimes and do this podcast, obviously.
Mhm.
But I've just learned to be just extremely appreciative of anybody who comes to play, or comes, to join you or wants to talk to you or anything like that. Just value their time is all I would say. Um, I know I go off on little rants here, but
No, it's totally fine.
that's kind
That's
of
what the
where
podcast is for, man, honestly.
I'm at.
And honestly, like I said, we did not even expect you, which is an is like probably like one of the best things that could happen today. Because unfortunately, I don't know, I'm not sure what happened with Quad. He was supposed to be the guest today.
Sure,
Think life happens. We're living in a life.
absolutely,
We're
man.
we're living in we're living in a world where COVID's, it was gone. It's almost looked like it was gone, and now it's looking like it's kind of making a big comeback. Things happen. It is what it
It's
is.
something we're gonna have to probably live with forever, and
Yeah.
that's the fact of life. But I don't know. I can't tell you how many people, like, you said, oh, he fell out. I deal with that basically every day,
Hmm.
and that's why I know a lot of content creators want to stop doing what they're doing, is because, like, even look at Papa Cap a while back. He had his own series, and it's stressful, man. Um, but all I'll tell you is, even if you don't get the players you want, get the players that you can, and be
Right.
appreciative of everyone's time, and understand that this is going to be a grind, whether it's doing a podcast, content creation, events, whatever it is.
Hmm.
Just be appreciative of everybody that shows up, because it's my streams very often. But we got this guy Ketchup. He literally, the man basically runs the show behind the scenes, and I could never replicate that kid. He does amazing things for me, and he has literally no reason to, other than we're friends. And I
Right.
got somebody in your chat right now saying, "Don't be fake." That's how I look at it. That's very true, man. The
Oh,
same
good old
guy you
Fresno.
are on,
Yep.
on on PSN, that should be the exact same person you are. Um,
Agreed. I agreed.
yeah, but
And
yeah, that's kind of my thoughts.
awesome. Since you're on here, I do want to ask you questions on the
Go ahead.
series. Like,
Go ahead.
um, I guess what got you started on wanting to make a series? Pretty much on
Um,
exhibitions. Did you want to start exhibitions, or did you just want to do solely like tournaments, or like were you like just
I I
go
was a
ahead?
big tournament guy.
Hmm.
So I started in January. That was when I basically made landfall, and one of my biggest inspirations was the Royal Burr. He's the leader of Royal Tribe.
Hmm.
I had known him for a while, and I saw he got into doing tournaments, and I would commentate with him every once in a while. I didn't know there was a scene for this game. I didn't know anything like that. So I got here with 4 followers, and I basically just started from the ground up. I started putting on tournaments. Nobody showed up. I would put like $300 on the line, and
Let me asking, like just
yeah,
out of pocket?
yeah, everything you see from me is my own money.
Wow.
Um, yeah, I would just put $300 up. And one of my buddies, Computerson, he was my co-host. He would help me at the time. We would basically just put our money together, and just do our best. And then once that started happening, it was interesting to see the evolution. Um, because one week we had Crispy Fungus show up, and then one day we had Dr. Moscow show up, and then one day we had OD Full Auto show up, and that's when we knew we had something. Once we
Interesting.
saw him, yeah. So once we saw him, we got in touch with a company that made custom controllers, and they agreed if they sponsored us, they would send the winner a custom controller. So somewhere right now, OD Full Auto has a custom controller. Um, and then wrestling season hit, and then COVID hit, and then I basically took a 4 month hiatus from the scene. When I
Hmm.
came back, nobody that I didn't know the landscape. Nobody that I had, nobody that had I ever talked to before, including OD Full Auto, Hijinks, all these guys, they weren't really there because the scene had moved on, and what I was doing at the time didn't really work. So that's when I found out about exhibitions, and so I started doing that, and I started looking around. I'm not going to say I did this all myself. I
Hmm.
looked around to guys like Rockin' Polos, Brutality Bowl, Outworld, and I said, all right, if this is what the people want, let's try it out. And so I put on my first card. I had 5 players on it. I say 5 because I had to step in. Um, and
Right.
basically, it's just been like that since. And it's evolved, and I've gotten stronger and stronger players as the seasons have gone on. And I'm constantly trying to evolve, man. I don't want to stay the same. That's every time I have a good stream, I don't let it go to my head. I get paranoid rather that the next stream won't be as good. So I want to make it better. And I
Mm.
know that's an entire novel that I just spat at you, but
No, no, that's fine.
that that's how I got started in the scene.
So, I mean, honestly, like from what I've seen your cards get more and more stacked. Like, honestly, I think you posted on Twitter, you're like, I think this is the most stacked card. Literally, I looked at it myself. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to watch all of it as much as I wanted to. But from like looking at it, even the off stream was just that was still stacked. Like I'm
Yeah.
honest, like it was insane to see. I'm like, wow, like what? I guess my next question is like, how do you like, how like are you like putting yourself out there to be like, okay, like this is what's going on, or like you just like do you just I I'm trying to word
Here,
this
here,
the best way I
here,
can. Go ahead.
I understand. I understand what you're asking. Um, I don't think enough people, and I'm not in any way, shape, or form trying to bash anybody, but I think what people miss here is that you can put up all the money in the world and you can have the biggest events ever. You
Hmm.
have to ask people. You have to get in contact with these people, and I think a lot of people get nervous or afraid to inbox people and talk to them, see how their day is going, and then eventually, dreams and say, hey, I would be honored if you were to play in my events. I'd be extremely happy. This and that. And let me tell you about that Tuesday card because there's still a bit of a hangover from that event.
Right.
I'll be perfectly honest with you. That just came together so perfectly. I had messaged everybody who I wanted in there, and what you guys see is everybody who plays. You guys didn't see the other people that either didn't respond or said no or said they couldn't make it. That
Hmm.
card was going to be even more stacked, trust me. Um, but timing didn't work out for certain other players, and but that one just came together perfect. Card can be like that, and I understand that.
Hmm.
But the best advice I can offer you is talk to these players. They're not going to bite. They're not going to slander you. They're going to be, at a bare minimum, they're going to be thankful that you at least thought of them. And they don't bite. Just message them. Say, hey, how's it going? I'm a big fan of yours. I like watching your matches. I like watching your streams. And see if, hey, do you want to come play? And for somebody like Emperor Outworld, he loves playing in main events. And I told him, hey, would you like to come play? And he was immediately yes. And what was funny about Outworld was I was going to make him maybe the fourth fight up, and he demanded the main event spot. And I said, you know
Oh
what?
wow.
Yeah. He said, oh yeah, yeah. If you want that, he's like, I demand it. I was like, I can't stop you. It's yours.
Right.
So that's how that worked. He
Nobody
wasn't
else asked
taking
for
no
it.
for
It's
an
yours.
answer. Yeah, no, and he was basically saying, you're going to make me the main event. And I said, yes, sir. And that was all there was to that. And
Wow.
so that card just worked so perfectly. So to answer your question, um, just message people, man. Talk to them. See how they're doing. Um, Even if, let's say, they bail out on your event, talk to them. Make sure everything's okay. Message them. Hey, is everything all right? I just wanted to make sure everything's good. Um, wanted to make sure blah blah
Hmm.
blah. Like show some empathy for people and be a person. Don't be a businessman. Just thinking about
Right.
yourself. And if I've had full conversations with players that weren't even able to make my events.
Hmm.
Um, and we're just talking about how things are going and stuff like that. So just be a person, man. Just be a person.
And I think that's what I loved about you right away, because I think I had commented on your chats, I think a good handful of times, and then I think I finally popped in your Discord because I finally got the link to your Discord, and I was like, fuck yeah, like okay, I can get a
Yeah,
Discord and I can find out when his events are, and then you messaged me personally, you know what I mean? You DM me and you were like, "Hey, like, I got this going on," like, and then, I responded to you. You're a very personable person. I think that's what the community could be missing at some points is being personable. You know what I mean? Having the intent of showing interest in people that actually show interest in your own stuff,
hmm.
Um,
Well,
even like
I
Hot Rod,
go
like
ahead.
I missed one of his things, and I mean he gave me shit on stream, but he was like, "Hey bro, like I finally read your message, like this is going on. I hope everything's okay." Dope, like no hard feelings, nothing like that. I think that's what the community needs is people like you and Hot Rod that are very personable and that can actually, like you said, empathize.
Yeah, I think it's something that a lot of people miss. And as your channel grows, the responsibility remains the same. You need to get in contact with these players. Don't think just because now I have 800, 900 followers now,
Right.
I have 200 subs. That doesn't matter. It doesn't mean anything because what I'll tell you is if Thumper doesn't show up to an event, then that means I got to get somebody else to fill, which means from either my lower cards that I have to pull from other places. At any day, if these players get rubbed the wrong way, metaphorically speaking, then what do I have? So I have to basically tell myself, show some respect to these players. They're doing you a huge favor, even if they're growing with the channel and it's a mutual relationship at some point. You still have to understand they are doing you a huge favor, and I don't forget that. I don't ever forget that, and that's why I'll message the main event fighter the exact same way I message enter card. Hey man, how's it going? Would you like to play today? This and that. I'd be really happy to have you, and I think that's very important. And I've even tried to convey that with my commentary. I know a lot of commentators that'll only get the big names, like who I mean, let's be honest, who doesn't love having Vera, Tento, all these big names? Who doesn't love having those guys? But I want to make my stuff a little bit more community based. I want to give a chance for. I gotta be honest. I think about 70% of my commentators have been dudes who've never commentated before, and
and some of them are still really good.
Yes, and it gives people a chance to evolve and to learn what their niche is. And on Sunday, I'm going to have another player who's never commentated on because I want this to be like, I want to be a down-to-earth streamer. I want to be just like, I'm one of you guys. I'm part of the community. I don't need, I don't need, the biggest names ever to join my stream for it to be successful, in my opinion.
Right.
I can do it with you guys. You guys are the ones supporting my stream. And, that's just kind of where I stand on that. So, yeah.
No, I love it. Does anybody else have any questions for Vape Coach? Since we have him here.
I have one. Like, what was it like the first time you getting there up on the mic? Like, did you have a co-host? Was it you just by yourself? Like, your first time, you completely solo doing it. Like, did you ever think about, how should I just behave? Should I just be down to earth? Should I do this? Or I just want to go through your mindset on, like, how was it like the first time you doing it by yourself?
And this is Exit Hunt, right?
Oh, yes, that's Exit.
Big fan, by the way, dude. I used to watch your videos all the fucking time, dude, man. I used to be at work and just at 4 a.m. watching your videos, man. Very, very big fan of yours. But to answer your question, first time I was on the mic, man, I don't know. I didn't know. I wanted to come out with my face cam and everything right away, just because I didn't want to do any like face reveal bullshit. I just wanted to be me, man. Like, this is my personality. I personally hate the way my voice sounds. I'm sure a lot of people are like that. Yeah. So I just wanted to. I was a little bit shy at first. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't want to get loud or rowdy or anything like that, because I don't want people to think I'm a complete spaz, which I am, by the way. But yeah, just the very first time I was shy. I would just say, like, let's say Exit Hunt was fighting Thumper, like, oh, he did a good job there. Nice. Oh, down two. Yeah, very good stuff. Whereas now I'm a little bit more vocal, and I try to hype things up. So if you were to compare then and now, it would be a lot different. I would take a wild guess and assume
the evolution.
Yeah. But that's kind of if that answers your question. I was a lot more shy, and as I found my groove, got a little bit more comfortable. Things finally settled in, and I'm still learning today.
Gotcha. Shlutty, or SJ, any of you guys have a question for Vape Coach? Oh wow, we got Cease just popping in the party. Look at these guys.
Wives, it's Cease?
Wow. Yo, is that Big Vape Coach?
Is that Big Cease? What's up, man? I'm a big fan.
Big fan of you? Oh my god. Why is he here?
It's the tournament.
Oh, TTV?
Oh man.
You have to ask him if he's here. What the fuck?
No, I just like I would he's so high class. I wouldn't expect him with the goons,
wow.
With the goons of the West Side Bun Mashers?
With the hoodlums? Wow.
Here's another rumor I have to dispel, by the way, if I can, really quickly.
Yeah.
Is that I don't know where this misconception of clout comes from. Literally, man, like, you guys are the stars of the show, man, and I'm not trying to do any fake humbleness or any of that bullshit. Like, y'all are literally like who the people want to come to see. If it's literally me like sitting there talking for an hour, I'll get like 8 viewers, and that'll be that. But y'all are the stars of the shows, and Cease knows that. But
yes,
No,
Yeah,
No, I wasn't gonna say it, but
we know what's going on.
we
man.
know it's. Come on now.
Here you go.
And Cease was one of the first big names that really joined my event, and it's been pretty smooth sailing. He got himself first place last season, and he's trying to replicate it this one as well. And
bro, if Jukes is in there, I don't know about that. You know.
No,
hey,
I'll
that
be
was
the
a
one
one-time
stopping.
thing. There's no way Jukes has joined my events consistently. You know it.
Oh, bet.
I just wanted to give you because I gotta be honest with you. Some days I'll put these cards together. I'm like, who the fuck is gonna fight this guy? I have to be perfectly honest with you, man. Because I'm like, who the fuck is gonna fight Cease, man? This guy's been unstoppable for like the past 6 weeks. So I'll sometimes go like I'll go far to find you a match.
Hey, man, I appreciate it. Just no more
He's
Jackies.
free.
Man. And that's another thing too. I try to make these matches competitive. I don't want like Cease fighting a guy who's like 0-5. That's like basically a T-Rex versus the fucking lamb from Jurassic Park, bro. Like I can't. I don't want to do that. If that makes sense. I don't want to make mismatches. So I don't just randomly generate these things. They need to be specific, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah, but Cease, man. Well, I got you here, man. I got a question for you. I guess might as well.
Yeah, hell yeah, please.
What is it? So what are your plans, man? Like, where do you see yourself going with this? Are exhibitions something that basically is it just passing the time for you? Is it something that actively gets you excited? What gets you excited more? Is it exhibitions, tournaments? What for you really gets your blood going?
I mean, I think tournaments are the only thing that kind of like gets me nervous, you know. Because I'll look at a bracket, you know, and even if it's not just like you know, I'm fighting Scar, you know, like I'll be like, all right, let me just make sure I go and, you know, lab the Jade, you know, Delia mix and make sure I can like fuzzy it all. When I see a bracket, it's like I got to fight Scar and then Tweety and then Hijinks, and I was like, all right, let me just give it my best shot, you know. So
Sure.
it's exciting, but it's really like that's what gets me going for the time being. I'm not too big of a fan of exhibitions. I liked them when the first
Yeah.
wave of it all happened, when Outworld was still in like season 2. But everyone has done an exhibition series. It's all I've done for the past year and a half now.
Right.
So
And
I'm not the biggest fan, but I don't hate it.
What about it to you? Do you believe has gone stale? Is it just the formula itself? What do you believe can be improved upon? I know me and you talk about it sometimes, but do you think there just flat out needs to be more tournaments, more different styles?
No, because like my biggest issue, and like I thought about this as well. Are you familiar with the series Ill Intent that was ran by Black Jesus and Gruesome?
Heard of it, but never really.
I've heard
dived
of it.
into
Can you expand on that a little bit?
So basically, what they did is they ran a similar exhibition point qualifier, but if you were ranked in the leaderboard among the top 6 people, top 6, I don't know why top 6, but you know that's how they did it. You were able to pick from going from rank 1 to rank 6, so it went in order. You got, you know, if you were the highest rank, then you got to pick first. But you're able to pick between like these little like what's the word for when you're in like towers and shit and you
Like augments and
augments, yeah. So you got to pick an augment, but like it was actually like kind of it ranked from like kind of game changing to not. So there was like a variation 1 of it and or variation 2 if you like filled out the requirements. So like you would actually actively have to do things in the exhibitions to fill out those requirements, and if you did all that because you were looking to get that specific augment.
Can you give me an example of like what one would be?
Yeah, so there was one. It was like you get to choose the stages, or for the entire set.
Oh, that's cool.
So that was the variation 1 of that augment. But if you did, you know, if you were able to do like mercies in every single one of your sets the whole season, win or lose, if you just mercied someone in the set, and you knew that you were going to aim for that one the entire time, then you could do a mercy every day. And then once you get up to it, you could also unlock like the variation 2 of that, and it'll stack. So I think you get both. And I was like, man, that's a cool idea. But then I realized very quickly that it just was pretty fucked up because like they ran out of ideas, so they had
Oh.
they eventually got to like yeah, it was just like real powerful augments. It was like yeah, so you know you get to pick your opponent's character for game one, or
What?
Oh my
you get to
god.
you get
Nah,
to make it a
fuck
first
that.
to you eliminate one of their wins. You know, so they had to run
Uh,
a first to four, but it was only in once. It was only in what you could only ever use the augment in one set the entire tournament.
okay.
Once it got down to it. So I was like, that's how they decided to balance it. But I got to they did this thing where they're like, yeah, but if you beat someone and they use their augment, then you take it and you can use it. So I remember fighting Scar and he had two augments. And I was like, bro, this is so fucked up. I was like, I gotta take an extra win, and I was like, and you choose the stages? And I was
Yeah, that's
Huh.
like,
rough.
and
I
I was
think
like,
it's
yeah.
something. I think that's something that sounds amazing, like when you're sitting there, like coming up with it. But in practice, I mean, what can you really kind of do that's not really game breaking or basically just not giving you any sort of advantage? It can go one way or the other, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Um,
and I'll just say this to kind of finalize my point is that I realized after I won season one and two, one and two of that. But then when it came to season three and I was like I started losing, then I was like, and that's when I kind of realized because like the competition got a little bit better. Was that I was like I don't really feel like I'm losing to these guys, especially because money is on the line. I was like it was like
yeah,
100, it was 150, and I was like, and I'm losing 150 for something that like these guys are just as good as me. And I have to work harder. I was like,
yeah.
and that's just, I was like, that doesn't really feel fair to me. I was like, I get it, it's their hard work, and I could have done, the same if I wanted to, but I'd just rather keep it in a normal bracket. If I beat you, then I beat you, and there's no augments to save you.
Mhm.
Right. And I agree with that. And it sounds cool as like a fun little thing, as like a gimmick. I completely get that and understand it. I just try not to overcomplicate things. And as I've told you before, I don't believe exhibitions are going to be the future of this game, if there is any future in this game.
Hmm.
Uh, I believe that I believe tournaments are basically, I don't know. I believe that they are what draws the crowd, draws people, draws interest,
Yeah.
and exhibitions are a fair way to save money and to prolong players playing in your event.
Hmm.
So that's why you typically see that form. I'm sure you're already well aware of that, but
Yeah, yeah, no,
um,
because Kevin would run events, and the exhibitions would help because it would give me like, I would get back then, I would get weekly paychecks,
mm,
so it really helped when I was like, all right, I'll do 25 a week. That's sustainable instead of like a tournament every single week, and I was throwing in like, 50, 75 every single week because like people wouldn't
mm.
join if there wasn't enough money, and
And
yeah,
Eh,
tournaments are they can also be sort of. Oh, go ahead, Thumper. By the way,
Yeah, no,
I was
no.
just gonna
And
say
I was gonna
tournaments.
ask. I mean, if like maybe if things. I mean, I think we kind of agree that maybe things may not exactly go back to normal per se. But would you ever like want to do a local tournament yourself, there, Vape Coach? I mean, I think the production that you do is really good. I think I would love to see you at a local tournament or running a local tournament. Would you ever be interested in doing something like that?
Well, just to get back to one of your points about high production, I get that from people a lot, and this is where I just try to be as down to earth as possible. The production is not as high as you would think. I basically just have video backgrounds and animated scenes. Like, I
Uh-huh.
believe truly anybody can do that. Like, they're just simple overlays, but with effort, I do believe that is a possibility. I've been going to I went to STG's event and that was great. Um, it just depends, man. If there's interest, I'm on the West Coast. There's not a ton of people.
yeah, there's not many people out there.
Yeah, unfortunately,
Yeah,
so yeah.
like, and I'm on like the West Coast, man. Like, I'm an hour away from the beach over here on the Pacific Ocean, bro. So I mean, um, if enough people wanted to, then I suppose I could do something like that. But in all honesty, I mean, it's much better just to go to tournaments and stuff. I'd love to go there just to meet you guys and stuff like that. But as far as my own events, man, I mean, online's probably the way to do it because
Mm.
if you look at what STG did, that cost thousands of dollars, man, and they got a good turnout. But at the same time, I mean, that's a whole team putting that together,
I'm sure
Yeah.
it's super hard.
It's really just lanky. I think a lot of people like don't realize that.
Lanky
Yeah,
does
no.
us. Lanky does so much work.
Yeah, he does. He does everything, bro. I don't know how he balances that life because like there's people like Aztec who's also a lawyer, and
Mhm.
I get it. He goes to work and then he competes when he can. But like Lanky operates the team and flies people out, and he competes and he does his lawyer work, and then he's married. You know, bro is
Yeah.
like
Wow.
he has the social life to like balance on all that. You see him at he shows up at par. I don't know how he does it. And apparently, like he's a big deal in terms of like his own firm. Like he's one of the better dudes in there, and he's. I was like, I don't get it. I was like, I don't know how you have the time.
That's the one thing, man. Is people understand, and I'm very understanding of it, is we have personal lives. You know, outside of Mortal Kombat, you know, we're Kyle or fill in the blank. Um,
Yeah,
and you
exactly.
know, we got bills to pay, we got shit to do, we got to make sure rent's paid, and or whatever it is, whatever your current situation, you still have responsibilities. Um, but let me ask you, Cease, while I got you here, what is the plans with TGC? Um, Obviously, it's a very talented team, a lot of good players in there. What are some plans that you guys have with that?
Before I follow that up, are we on a podcast or something? What's
Yeah,
going on
we're on
here?
the podcast. Yeah.
I
Oh, I thought you
fucking, bro,
knew.
I was like, nah, bro, is this the podcast?
Yeah, this is the
Yeah.
podcast every Thursday,
God damn
bro.
it, bro. I always join this, and I was like, you guys are being so professional.
Yeah, we're not saying dick
Yeah, I was
ripping
just
shit,
yeah, I
talking
was just
about
Yeah, believe it or not, Schluddy's not telling you to hold that pussy or
Yeah,
or anything like
yeah, that
that.
makes the dots are
You
connecting.
want me to come on the mic and say that shit?
Dude, you were talking like you had like the podcast voice going on forever. That I guess that's just default.
Exactly.
Damn, it is called podcast chat. I don't look at the names, man. I saw Vape Coach's name. I was like, man, it is cool that he's in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. No, we were. It was honestly, I think Schluddy was the one that invited Vape Coach, and I was like, no way, get him on. We were planning on getting him anyways, but if he can get on, get him on. And he
Hey,
graced us with his presence today, and it was awesome.
The honor is all mine, man. And I don't know, but to go back to what I was originally saying before the TGC question, there isn't any clout here, man. Like, and that's not what I'm chasing. And I truly believe that all content creators, you know, whether you're somebody who just plays when they stream like Cease or me who gets other players, I truly believe there is enough room for all of us here. I really do. So I want Polo's outlet to come back. I want Vanity to keep doing her thing. Vera, of course, is a Titan. Diddle Dome, I want it to come back. I truly just want to see everybody doing well, you know, and it makes me sad when people do stop because, you know, it gets hard. Because this is hard, you know? I mean, like, basically my entire day today was I went to work last night, slept this morning, streamed today, now I'm about to go back to work in about 10 minutes. Um,
damn.
and then right after that, go to practice and follow through with that cycle. But you have to ask yourself, what do you want? You know, do you want to stream for a week and then take a month off, you know, and then just watch your channel grow at a snail's pace? Or are you ready for it? Can you handle the responsibility of grinding for this? And if you can, then why not? And that's basically what I tell myself. But, Cease, yeah, if you could follow up with that TGC question, if you don't mind.
Yeah, man. I like so there are a few details that I'm not sure I can disclose, but of course
Sure.
I'll give the general basis of it all. Is that Kevin M. Colomb, the founder, creator of the team.
Yeah.
The general idea that he is going right now is it's we don't have a crazy amount of funding. You know, everything funding is just coming from him and me.
Sure.
I guess you could call myself the co-leader of the team, just kind of what and it's a light term. So we're trying to push to obtaining sponsors here because we do have people who are placing extremely well. So and like
Yes.
recently, Turkey was able to take KIT.
KIT.
We've had Sully in top 8 of Vendetta's tournament, which was one of the most stacked things we've seen in a
Yes.
very long time. And just plenty of people. And Ram was in not last season, but the season before Ramesses. He was able to obtain I think it was 4th place in Outworld, which is a big deal because that's the top players of the scene that are playing in that exhibition. And so if you just kind of look at the track record that we have, where everyone is taking wins every single day. Like I could ask everyone like, hey, who took a win tonight? I can at least get like two answers of someone that like won something that wasn't just an exhibition match.
Sure.
Like they entered an event, it was like a money cost or something like that, and it's like, which of course has its own traction on social media because people, the tournament organizers will be like, hey, they'll make a little graphic and they'll say this person won, and that's more than enough to say, this team is, something to look out for. We're hoping
Sure.
that we can reach out to the said sponsors, just get something going for them because in the long run we want to be able to have the opportunity to fly people out. We were able to help Turkey make it out to KIT. We were able to run an event. We made like just enough profit to actually, I think, cover. I want to say it was covered like 90% of his bills out, just to get out there and stay there for the
Wow.
weekend. But we don't want to have to rely on, because that was a last minute thing. Turkey hit me up and he was like, man, I can't find anyone to room up with, and that means I'm going to be spending like 600 just to fly out there, and then for the hotel for like 2-3 nights. And I was like, I'm going to see what I can do. I talked to Kevin. We made up an event within that day, made the graphic that day, posted it the next. I put up my own money. The event, just for context for everyone, was we have 6 members of TGC. It was our top 6 from what we believe. And we said, if you can go in there and you can beat every single person in a row and first to ones, then you can make $100.
Wow.
So it was literally the most high risk like situation. It was like, because it wasn't just like anyone popped up. We had Tweety was the first person in there, and then followed up with Pop Tart and Gambler and a bunch of other players, and naturally, and it wasn't just first person to win it and then we end the event. It was, we told everyone before, it was like, just so we couldn't back out, it was like, if someone wins, we're still going. It was like next person in line. And so I was like, and I was just throwing my money up there. I was like, if you guys, but we hoped, we made it worth it, because we said, first to one, that's pretty crappy. I was like, the chances of winning are very slim. So we said, hey, but the point was, we were trying to make money for Turkey. So we said, hey, we are going to have augments in the same way, and they're going to go up. The more valuable the augment, the more it's going to cost, real money. We linked Turkey's PayPal directly, and a bunch of people came in, and you were able to buy augments for other people competing, or you're able to buy it for yourself, and you could buy as many as you want, but you couldn't stack them. So the only person that won was actually Gambler, and he bought the one that said we weren't allowed to use our mains, which was the most expensive one, which is rough.
Wow.
But everyone else looked at it too. They're like, it's first to ones. Even if they're not using their mains, you guys have good side characters. They're like, I'm not going to do that. And Gambler believed. He was like, I like Turkey, so even if I lose, I don't mind losing, giving him the money.
Yeah.
And he made all of us choose a different character than our mains, and we got smoked.
Damn.
And,
Who'd you pick, by the way, for your character?
I picked Xiao. That's what incentivized me to pick up Shang Tsung, because I was like, I don't have a good side character that's at the same level of my Gearus.
I like your Joker though. Your Joker's really good.
Yeah, I should have picked Joker. No, I was thinking back on it, because I wasn't ready for what was going on there, but yeah, it was a lot of fun. I think we raised like $200 that night, and then, which helped a lot, because Gur immediately hit up Turkey and he said, I can room with you. So it automatically cut his expenses in half, and then we put the $200 on top of the half of the expenses that he needed to cover, and we basically covered 90% of it just then and there, and the rest of it was like all him.
That's all. But what you guys are going towards is you don't want to be scraping by like this. That's kind of what you're leading to.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. Freaking, I gotta say, you're like in my opinion, like one of the top players that doesn't. How do I explain this? It doesn't go to your head, if that makes sense. And
I agree.
I agree
100% on that.
I really like that about you. See, it's like you can find you everywhere. You're here to compete, and yeah, money's on the line too. But I can tell just from talking to you, you just like competition, and I really admire that about you. And I even saw what you did with Dark Elite a while back, and where he needed some help and money. So you're somebody I do respect in that you look out for your fellow players, man. And that's really a quality that you don't see too often in this scene.
Yeah, man. I like the scene because it's provided, a big foundation for something I think was missing in my life.
Hmm.
And so I was able to, when I feel like when I've been plenty of bad situations over the past couple of years, but I've always been able to come home, and it is nerdy as it sounds, but we can all still appreciate it. I come home and I get on the game, and I hop in a voice chat with a couple of people, and we just play some Mortal Kombat. I think that's it's been incredibly just a great experience for me. So my biggest thing is I've wanted to always give back to whatever I can. I've been the number one source of donation to anyone in TGC and anyone related to. So if they ever needed money, like I've thrown hundreds and hundreds, probably thousands of dollars at Kevin's events, just because even before TGC was the thing, I just believed in, what I thought was a good TO. And once TGC existed, I remember there was this one time we had a previous member. Unfortunately, he's not on the team anymore, but he played his ass off in one event, and it was winner takes all. And he made second place, and it was literally because of something that he flawless block up 2 for the win on a jump in, but the up 2 just whiffed for whatever reason, and then his opponent recovered and punished him for it. And I was like, that's so unfortunate. So I threw him. I matched the winning money of that tournament, and I just gave it to him. And I was like, this isn't something I'm gonna do for everyone, but I was like, I can tell you killed it tonight, so I don't want you to feel like you did it for nothing. Because he did better than me in that tourney. I got fourth place, and he got second.
That's really that's really respectable, dude. I did the same thing with not to try to one up you or anything, but I like that beer money tournament I had with you in full auto.
Yeah, and auto. I felt so bad for auto.
No, because it was supposed to be basically me just doing a little bullshit tournament, $40, and Cease won it. And I looked at myself and I was like, there's no way I can't send him home without money, man. Like, I don't know. I genuinely do care about people in the scene. I genuinely do care about people. And I don't know. I think it's good to give back to people, especially people that are out here grinding for your events or at your expense, Just think it's really important, man. But that's kind of where I sit on that.
What would be, I guess, someone that's kind of coming up, I guess someone kind of like myself, or even anybody that's let's just say they're going to start today. What advice would you give them in possibly doing a tournament or exhibitions, or even just trying to get their name out there?
Be patient. That would be my very, very first thing. Be extremely patient. Be willing to work with people. Be willing to be told no. That is. Be ready for a lot of rejection. It's not pretty, and it's still, even to this day, it's not very pretty all the time. You guys see all those cards I put together, and they look good sometimes, and but you guys don't see the behind the scenes of the 13 people that told me no or didn't respond or anything like that. So just be ready for people's schedules to not always match yours, and be ready for people to DQ from your tournaments because they're not here, they didn't show up.
Mm-hmm.
I would say just be patient with people, but if you can be patient and you're willing to grind, it can be very successful.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
That's pretty fair. I mean, like I said, I think we were expecting somebody, and honestly, I think this podcast probably came out a little bit better than expected, to be quite honest with you. Because I've always wanted to give back to the community in a certain way. I never knew how. The West Side Button Mashers, of course, like Exit, Slutty, Sid. Even reached out to Cease. We consider him a West Side Button Masher because even though he's part of TGC. But
of course.
I mean, you can still be a West Side Button Masher and still be a part of another clan. I mean, we're not like a.
This is a cult.
There you go. Exactly. Thank you, Slutty.
Yeah, it's a cult.
So, I mean, I don't want to go into too much stuff that we're planning on as well until we have concrete plans. Um, but I do agree with you reaching out and actually, not being afraid to hear no.
Well,
Um,
and just, I mean, tell yourself, what is your goal? Like, what do you want to achieve? Like, I can tell you guys straight up, I do have an ego. I do want my channel to become successful.
mhm,
Um, but more than that, I just want it to be something that people are comfortable with coming to. And just tell yourself, what is it you're trying to achieve? How can you achieve it? Break it down into smaller goals and go get it, man. Like, what else is there to it? If Cease is willing to play every week, man, utilize him. Anybody who's willing to come play. If Thumper, if,
right.
if Thumper's willing to come play, utilize them. Where can you put them to where it's a good matchup excited for, and where can you put them on the card to where people will want to come watch them?
Mhm.
Same thing goes for Dark Elite, Ram, everybody. Like, and once you have some of those behemoths, those verified accounts like Vendetta, where can you put them to where, if that makes sense, that's good for everybody. And just because you get, a couple of these Hollywood players, don't forget about the people before them that were there, and don't forget about the people that were
Mm.
here before those people. You know, if Dark Elite's playing every week, don't forget about Major Chance, who's in your clan, just for example. Um, yeah, that's just basically it, man. Don't lose sight of anybody, because next thing you know, you're getting less signups, and you don't want that.
Right. No, that makes perfect sense. Shletty, did you have any questions for Vape Coach or anything?
Not that I can like name off the top of my head. I mean, I've chopped it up with him like one time. I mean, there's not really like much I can ask.
So he's a
I mean,
cool
I
guy, man.
actually, I got one thing. I got some content for you, man. All right,
Yeah.
check this out. You're streaming Sunday, right?
Yes, sir.
Me, Thumper, $20 money match. Me and him put up the
Oh
money.
my
You don't have to put up
gosh.
shit. Yep, $20 money match after hours set for your stream. How's it sound?
Sounds
First to
incredible.
five. Yes. Actually, we can run first to five, first to seven. Just like a little after hours set. Me and Thumper both put up the 10.
Yeah. Sunday is a tournament, by the way, too. So I can definitely run that
I was gonna
tournament.
say, I think that's a tournament.
Tournament?
No, no,
Bet.
no,
No,
no.
no, no, no. I can sign up.
But
I
listen,
can
listen.
possibly sign up. Hmm?
But listen. Tournaments, they usually end sooner than exhibitions. I don't know why it works like that, because we have a lot more people, but it just for whatever reason it works like that. Um, so yeah, dude, we can definitely run that. Um,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
that's fine
and
with me.
oh, and here's my last tip would be to all of you is, or not all of you, but just anybody listening is, be opportunistic. If you see something that's there, take it. Like since Cease is here, he's a great example. I watched him and Savvy play a set on Vendetta's tournament, and the next day I wanted to make that match, and immediately it was there, boom. And I put up a little bit of money because I knew it would get both players excited, and they had just played each other, and so just stuff like that, strike while the iron's hot.
Kind of
Look
like
for opportunities.
if like maybe like if Cease won, okay, this is Savvy's turn to kind of get his chance maybe for revenge type of thing. Is that kind of like where you're getting at?
Yeah, build a storyline around it. You could say,
Ah.
oh, this guy beat this guy yesterday in a tournament. We're gonna rematch that today. Like, but you also have to be smart about it. And an example I'll give you on that is today I had both Han Rashid and Baylina on the card. And if I didn't know any better, I would have put them together right away just to make that happen because of what happened at CEO. But the reason I didn't want
Mm.
to do that is because that set is basically enshrined in this point. Why would I want to spoil that on an exhibition?
Yeah.
If that makes any sense. Like,
No, that
they
makes
already did
perfect
their
sense.
thing. Yeah, they already went and they already did their thing. Why do I want to try to? Why do I want to get a couple extra views just to spoil it and have both players maybe not so happy with me afterwards that, oh, he's just trying to cash in. He's just trying to cash in on that. So does
Right.
that make sense?
No, because that would,
Completely
I guess,
understand.
kind of go back to the clout chasing type of thing in a sense too.
Yes. Yes.
No,
But
that makes perfect
and
sense.
yeah, there is times for clout chasing, but you also have to be
Pick your battles.
you you have to pick your battles and you have to think about things like Okay, so if I want Baylina, let's say I want her to come on regularly, cool, yeah, then we can get that going. But if I want to cash out right now and just have her on one time, then yeah, put her against Honor Sheet, and then you might never see either player again, because they're gonna look at that as, oh man, he's just trying to do this, that way they can get the CEO hype.
That
It's
makes
like,
that makes perfect
yeah,
sense, honestly.
just let it be a slow burn, man. If that does.
And maybe
And
let them meet
understand
up during
that,
a tournament or something.
yeah,
Hopefully.
if it happens organically, let it happen.
Yes, that makes
Um,
sense.
but think about your players, not just for this event. Think about how they're going to feel after this event, and consider them for next event. Is what I would kind of, yeah,
Interesting. Oh, I never really thought
yeah,
about that, but that makes perfect sense, to be quite honest with you. Wow.
yeah. If this was the last event I ever did, then yeah, then burn the ships. Let's get it going, and just all hell raise loose. But if it's not the last event I'm ever going to do, consider them for future events. If I'm putting Cease up against Jukes 10 times in a row, it's probably not going to make him very happy. So I got to think about that.
That's
And
how I feel against hijinks.
It may get stale
exactly,
too. It may get stale.
it's not going to get people excited. And let's say, and I've learned that the hard way with players where I've matched them up with hard people every single way. Of course, you don't want every match to be a gimme, but if you match them up with the hardest competition that there ever is, because every player is always going to tell you they want to fight anybody, but that's not the smart way to do things. So I think that if you just kind of give people room to breathe and not make them fight hijinks every week, which with Cease, I mean he's in like 3 different exhibitions, so he's going to have to fight him. But
Right.
just kind of don't be a dick about it. It's kind of what I think. If they fight somebody really tough and it doesn't go their way, all right, well let's put them against somebody else. Let's see how they do
I
there.
I think my thing with hygiene, and just to say this in this specific issue, is that him and I enter a lot of like smaller events together that we see like opportunity in, um,
Uh-huh.
and we're always like the first two like bigger names that will pop in. Um,
Mhm.
so that's the reason we fight all the time. It started with like Kevin's events. We were fighting each other every single week, and then it was Money Match Mondays. We were fighting each other in the top eights, and then in Ill Intent, I was fighting him in that every single season, 1, 2, and 3. And then it pushed to what kind of what events did I enter after that? It was Brutality Bowl as well. And then it was the Kumite and your stuff, and I literally fight him in every single event. Every
Yeah.
every single top eight, in most of the time it's a lot of grand finals. I can't tell you how many grand final sets I've ran against hijinks and how many times I've been
Jesus.
robbed of money.
Oh God.
And it is robbery. I don't give any props to the Jackie players.
Right. I understand your frustration in that, and I'm working on some stuff as well as far as that, because the thing with hijinks is I love that guy. He's great, a great player, and a great personality. And there's nothing bad about him. I just need to make sure if people are entering these events, I can't have them be the number 16 seed, if that makes
Hmm.
sense. See what I'm kind of going with here?
Yeah.
Like, let's say that you're the number 1 seed or number 2 seed. I
Hmm.
can't have you guys play each other right off the bat, so I think I might do a little bit of a smarter system. Let's say Gurr, for just to fill in the blank. Let's say if he enters the very last week, scores a bunch of points, I can't have you two go off the bat like that.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to implement that this season. But anything that makes the players feel comfortable, I'm good with. Um, but all right, guys. Hey, I got to be getting to work, but I want to thank you guys for having me. Man,
No, man,
this has been
thank
really
you.
good.
Seriously,
Yeah.
thank you for showing up like last minute, pretty much. And I know you
Yeah.
had your own event and everything, and you got work, but we really appreciate it, and we thank you big time.
Absolutely, and I wanna, thank you, Cease, man. Man, that I probably wouldn't have without talking to you here. Thank you for having me, Thumper. And where's Exit Hunt, man? Because I'm the biggest
I,
fan of that guy.
I'm here, man. What's good? I'll just listen.
Dude, man, keep making your videos, man. I used to watch your stuff way back in the day, man. If you ever want to join my events, dude, I'll get some Masher to come play you. I swear to God, I will.
Oh,
Definitely.
play 'em.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not playing.
You're
No,
rigged?
no. Yeah, there you go.
Why can't I play
He's gonna
Masters?
commentate next Thursday with Vape Coach, by the way, guys.
Hey, excellent. Hey, if you ever want to get in contact with me, man, you got me on my channel, man. But just hit me up, dude, and we can figure something out. Whether if you want to get on the mic or just come play, dude, more than
For
happy,
sure.
man.
Definitely, man. Yeah,
But
I'll hit you up.
for sure, man. But other than that, Cease, Thumper, Scuddy, or Slutty, I don't know what they call you, Eclipse,
It's
and
It's Scuddy, but we call him Slutty.
okay. But other than that,
Slutty.
man, you guys have a great night and enjoy the rest of your podcast.
Yes,
You
sir. Thank
too.
you. Thank you again.
All right, bye.
Later.
Sick, man.
So in closing with this podcast, crazy turn of events. Honestly, I was not expecting that. And Cease, thank you for coming on. Last minute as well. I know you
Accidentally,
yeah,
yeah.
accidentally. Yeah, I know you, but I think I mean we always enjoy having you on the podcast. I think everybody loves hearing the tech
Start
from
it, man.
you, or
Everybody
Sure.
loves just hearing his voice in general because he sounds like a goddess.
an
Yes,
angel.
a female.
Goddess?
Like
Yes, a
Sid said,
female.
he sounds like an angel. Um, but I mean, if we got any questions in the chat, I would love to address them. Um, but if anybody else has got any questions for CSMH the tournament, please go ahead. Either Slutty, I think SJ's still in here, right? SJ?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. or, or Exit, of
Someone
course.
interrupting something there, buddy.
All right, so Cease,
Oh
I have a
shit, I'm
question
here.
for
Yeah.
you. But actually, no, I have a question for Cease. How does it feel getting noticed at GameStop?
The GameStop, bro. Every single time, man. Dude, no matter where, it's crazy, man.
I'm sure it's
Oh
always a
man.
pleasure, right?
Yeah, for
Wow.
sure. They usually it's kind of a hassle because I'm trying to leave and they keep asking me for autographs.
Dude, I understand, man.
The
I
thing
think
is,
we actually, Vape Coach. I'm pretty sure he's been noticed at a couple GameStops. I mean, Cease may be a little more famous because it's tournament. But I think they're in the same boat. I'm pretty sure Vape Coach has been noticed at a couple smoke shops. If you understand.
True.
For real.
definitely.
Definitely, coach.
So, do you
Dude,
actually
actually,
sign it Cease or do you have to sign it Cease MH?
or
That's a good
Matthew.
question. I'm glad you asked that. Um, I like to flip a coin.
Wow. That's the tech. Just flip
It's
the
the
coin.
tech. Okay.
Have
Yeah,
you ever
it's
signed
kind
it
of
as
like
Matthew?
no. I'm like Batman. They don't know who I am.
Oh, okay.
That's fair.
What's your last name?
Oh my gosh.
Do you think I'm gonna just give that out?
Yeah, on stream right now.
No, I'll
No,
be
don't do
alright.
that.
Dude, I want to find you, man. What's the social security number?
I don't know about that, but actually, that
Um,
brings up a good question because I'm gonna check my dash fight to see if I finally have a profile on there.
oh, the dash fight?
I downloaded the app because I saw an ad for it on Twitter.
Let's go. Maybe I'm not Hollywood enough.
So I
Dude,
got a
you're gonna
question
notice
from
it easy.
Unshaven. He said, "Are you guys communicating using a Discord on PC or just the PS console voice chat?" Yeah, bro. Unfortunately, I don't have the great production, like the
Yes, you
fellow
do.
guests that I had, or even Cease for that matter. Um, so we're strictly going on PlayStation voice chat, and I'm just doing a live stream, and then what I do is I download it, I download the stream, and then I put it on Spotify. So that's what makes me Hollywood. Um, just saying that sounds ridiculous, but yeah, no, I really do put it on Spotify in case people don't want to just go on YouTube and they actually like maybe want to I like me. I actually like enjoy listening to a podcast like while I'm driving in my car, like to work, or if I'm gonna go pick up my kids or something. Um, so just thought I'd throw that out there. But yeah, so that's what we're doing.
Bless you.
Any other questions in chat?
Bro, I gotta go to sleep. It's 12:55 and I got school in the morning. I
Yes,
forgot
and
about
it's
that.
about to be 11:55 as well.
Yeah, it's pretty. Well,
But
it's already pretty late.
So we'll go ahead and if there's anybody that got to anything in closing, please feel free. Cease anything.
No, I think I'm good.
Okay. Exit.
I have a
Oh,
final
slutty.
point.
Okay.
Yeah, West Side Button Mashers, we're Hollywood. We got the one and only vape coach, and we have tournament seats. We're on the fucking map, boys. You already know. Fuck you mean? In January of 2022, bro, we're hosting a tournament. You already know, man. We're gonna host that bitch, and then we're gonna be more famous. We're gonna get noticed at all the GameStops, bitch.
Well, we weren't supposed to
And
talk about the
maybe your
tournament
local
yet. We
Forever
weren't supposed to talk
21.
about the tournament yet.
I don't care. Oh,
Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
delete it. Delete it.
Anyway, SJ, did you want to close on anything?
No, he doesn't. He doesn't matter.
Slutty, shut the fuck up. But
No,
yeah,
bitch, fuck you, fucking weeb. You play demons
Oh my
here.
god.
Let's see. Let SJ talk, please.
no, yeah, no, nothing. Bye.
Oh my gosh. Exit.
I'm good. I'm good.
Alrighty.
So I was the only one that had the balls
Cowboy
to
shit.
talk.
That's all I gotta
Fucking
say.
pussy.
Rambo's back. 5%. That's it.
Rambo's back.
Oh, Chet did want me to read his comments that he put. He said, "Exit versus Chet, $1,000 mega beef money match on Vape Coach stream.
No,
Will be
actually,
very
no,
sweaty."
wrong. No, wrong. Me and Thumper already have that.
Yeah, sorry,
Y'all
Chet.
could have that. Y'all could definitely.
Dude,
have that.
I didn't even ask Thumper. I just said it, and I guess he agreed
No,
to
he
it.
didn't. But you know what? You called me on, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'll do it."
$1,000
Yeah, it's only.
for $1,000.
Just
But
have to talk about it later on.
Even if I have to, I'll put up the 20.
Okay. Yes, since he owes me. No, I'm just kidding. But since he lost to Blackberry.
Oh, you didn't say I had to pay you back.
The
or I would've paid.
fish. The stream fish.
The stream fish, yeah.
And the podcast fish.
But all right, I guess in closing, I hope everybody has a good night.
Good morning.
Peace and blessings and much love. Oh, what did True Underdog say? I love you. Bye.
And as always, I love you.
All right, you guys have a good night.